Hey guys, it's Lexi at the Homestyle Homestead. I run a sourdough micro bakery out of my home. I garden, I have chickens. I'm a stay-at-home mommy. If any of those things interest you, please hit the subscribe button. Today I wanted to show you what I do with my leftover sourdough. Now you can do this whether you have a micro bakery or you just make sourdough at home and you don't get through your sourdough loaf before you think it might go bad. You can turn it into delicious breadcrumbs in a matter of 30 minutes. It's so easy. If you have a micro bakery, you can sell them. I package mine in these cute little bags. I did Italian and regular. Okay, let's hop over to the video and I'll show you how to make them. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna take my bread. I'm just gonna roughly chop it up. You can do the same thing pretty much to make croutons. You just would cut these into like a little bit smaller pieces and then skip the food processor step. Put these in here. Try to fit this all in here. Lid on. If you need to, you can take some out to make it a little bit easier on it. Or if you're lazy like me, you can just try to like push it around till it does it all. Onto a lined cookie sheet, you're gonna take the breadcrumbs and dump them out. Spread them out thinly. If you see some bigger pieces like this and that bothers you, just take them out and throw them back in the food processor for your second round. You also can cut the crust off of your bread if you'd like. I find that step to be too time consuming for me, so I don't do that. But it's just personal preference. That is all spread out nice and even. I'm gonna set this to the side. Okay, so I have 2 loaves of bread ready to go in the oven. I have this one on the left, which I'm going to do just plain, and this one on the right, which I am going to turn into an Italian seasoning style breadcrumb. So we're going to throw this one in the oven at 300 degrees, and we're going to check on it after about 5 minutes. While that's cooking, we are going to turn this one into the Italian herb breadcrumb. So I'm just going to take some Italian seasoning. I like to use dried herbs. That just helps to ensure that these are going to last a long time. If you use fresh herbs, it's going to have more of a chance turning bad on you. Really get those in there. And then I'll just use my hand and mix it in. I really want to be able to tell that this is an Italian herbed breadcrumb, so I am going to add a little bit more. Just like that. Okay, it's been 4 minutes. They're nowhere near being done. But what I'm going to do is use a spatula and just kind of rearrange them a little so that they evenly cook. You could do a thinner layer, but I am always doing things the way I shouldn't, so. Okay, and now I'm gonna throw them back in for another 4 minutes. So I'm just gonna keep repeating that process of fluffing them and throwing them back in for another 4 minutes, keeping an eye on them until they get to golden brown crispiness that I like, and then I will show you so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I just pulled these out of the oven. It has been like 30 minutes actually. They're not exactly so much golden brown as they are crispy, and that's what you're kind of going for, is like a crispier feel to them. I would recommend not doing so much on your sheet if you're not wanting to take the time to do it. Do about a half a loaf per cookie sheet, and that'll speed up the process. You could throw them back in to the food processor for a moment just to get these pieces if that bothers you. But like I said, for me, it doesn't really bother me, so I'm gonna move these aside. I did take the parchment paper off because they kind of just ended up sliding underneath anyway. But I'm gonna take half and put it onto here to speed up the process. Okay, now that I have these spread out, I have about a half a loaf per sheet here. Now we're gonna have these side by side so that you can see the difference. Okay, so now that these are done and these are side by side, see if you can see the color difference. It's slight, but it's there. These are definitely a little more toastier golden brown. What you're really looking for is that texture. So these are done. Oh, you did not just do that. Okay, well, this bag is ours. Here you go. Now that those are done, I'm gonna throw in these other ones. It took about 15 minutes. I should mention you don't wanna make them too brown right off the bat, because then when you go to bake them, they're just gonna burn. Put these in here now that they've cooled off just slightly. Next step in the process is bagging them up. I have my bags all prepped with their label. I can get 2 bags per loaf. It's about 3 cups per bag. Kind of like 2 3/4 cup. And I'm just going to seal them up tight. And just like that, you have homemade breadcrumbs that either you can sell or you can use yourself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.